Hello everybody, Andy here again. Right, this is another response to another video by Periurban, his latest one. Where will we be in 10 years time? Sort of follow up to his The Future of YouTube video, which I did a response to about a week ago. And this time he's concentrating on, obviously, where we're going with this and how will this all evolve. Will we still be here in 10 years time, in 5 years time? Personally, I think we will be. I think that this whole sort of site is the future in some ways. It could well be wrong. The way that technology changes, next year something else might come along which is completely different, but I think we're still at the moment certainly the sort of pretty much at the cutting edge, and I think the vlogging side of it is the future, and that is going to grow and grow. One of the reasons for that, as I touched on before, and I know other people have touched on, and you did as well, is the way that sort of people interact. There's obviously that community thing as well, but the way that people use it to sort of pour out their feelings, I suppose. I've coined a little term a while ago, the psychiatrist couch of the internet, and that's how I feel that YouTube is, a psychiatrist couch in some ways. You mentioned the Reneto video, that type of thing, and I've seen plenty of other videos in the same sort of vein about people's problems, etc., and they're putting them out there. A problem shared is a problem halved, and all those sort of things, and I think that's one way that people do it. They have a certain amount of anonymity, and so that means that they can enable them to say something out there, get that problem off their chest, out into the open, and it releases them a little bit. So I think there's that whole sort of cathartic sort of feeling about it all. Maybe that's one reason why people do it, and that's a great way of learning about other people. Because another thing with that, we see people who may be in a bit of trouble personally, emotionally, or whatever, and we can actually learn from them and maybe help them by doing the video responses. We've all seen those sort of things. I know from Geriatric 1927, some of the video he recently did, people have been inspired by him, people have been touched by him, they've sort of made them feel better. They've been depressed and he's helped them just by watching a nice friendly face and looking at someone who's hopefully is contented in his world, and that's inspired them. And that's the way that I think this whole community type of thing can go. I believe in that. As I've said before, what I class as the vloggerhood. I think that's quite a good term, but I'm biased. But so to terms of sort of like a brotherhood, a neighbourhood of people all together, and I think that can only grow and grow and grow. I think, as I said, vlogs are the future. So my only problem with this is that I do think that people are getting left behind. I've mentioned this before in other videos. Is what I class as the digital divide, and this actually occurs in countries as well, westernised countries, both here in the UK and Britain, in America as well. We have the haves and the have-nots. A lot of people are being left behind, but it also happens across the world, even in countries that have got access to the internet, have got the broadband, they've got the computers, the webcams. They are then suppressed and they are not allowed to maybe put their feelings up. I saw a piece in the paper the other day about blogs being suppressed in certain countries, in Asia certainly. I think China was mentioned, it usually is. And that's a problem. So the freedom isn't there. And another thing I've said before is a community is only as good as the people that are in it, and to be a true community everybody should be involved. But I do believe in this community thing. I think it's a great idea. It's going forward. I think we will be here in a few years time. The technology may well have changed by then. I think we're still more or less at the cutting edge of the way it is at the moment, but I think technology takes such quick tangents and things change so very, very quickly that we never know what's going to go on. But as I said, I think that vlogs are this type of thing. Vlogs are the future. I saw something, I heard something on the radio today that they started to archive. I think it was a university. It started archiving some of the vlogs on the internet in a way that like a Samuel Pepys did in the sort of 1600s over here in Britain, in his famous sort of one of the most famous diarists of the written word, I suppose. And they're thinking that maybe they can find somebody that is Samuel Pepys of our day, and I'm sure there's hundreds and there's thousands of worth of Samuel Pepys out there telling their daily lives, putting their stories up there, and it's an archive, it's a record of how we are at the moment and where we're going. We can look back on our videos that we might have done a year ago and we can see a difference. Our children can look at our videos. Your daughter yourself, you can look at those videos of her when she was a small child. You can all look back on them. It's a great way of doing these things. It's preserving it in history. Once again I've spoken about this as well. as I said about the sort of psychiatrist couch thing, I think that's a big thing. But YouTube itself, I think, is a dominant force in this. I think, and it always will be. It's the biggest name. It's the biggest one. It's almost become a byword for this type of site now, and I think that's going to go from strength to strength. The only problem that I have with the video was your secret. Someone with a secret should keep it a secret and shouldn't say that they have got a secret, in my opinion. Secrets equal power. And there's obviously a little bit of power there. If you're withholding a secret, you have a power over somebody, you have a hold over someone. And personally, I think you shouldn't have said anything at all. But that's only just a minor criticism. But anyway, thanks for the video. I did enjoy it anyway, despite the little criticism. But I wonder what that secret is. You've got us all guessing now. Maybe it will come to nothing, as you've said. But anyway, thanks for your video. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.